Welcome back to U.S. History Videocast. I'm Mr. McEwen. Last class we went over the Cold War and starting and everything. So today we're going to pick up kind of with the space race. So the first words we're going to go over are ICBMs, or what that stands for, Intercontinental Ballistic Missiles. And the intercontinental part of it these are missiles that can travel a very far distances between continents. Intercontinental. Get it? I know. Love it. Anyhow, so these missiles are, developing technology-wise and getting better and better and can go farther and farther. And so it is with these missiles that we start to worry a little bit. But the reason I bring up these ICBMs is because one of these ICBMs went off on October the 4th, 1957. And everyone is, where's it going to land? Where's it going to blow up? And so on. Well, it wasn't destined for Earth. It actually put the very first ever artificial satellite into outer space. And so, and this was known as Sputnik. And Sputnik 1, as it was called, could travel around the Earth in 96.2 minutes. Now, it only lasted about 3 months before it burned up in the Earth's atmosphere, but still, this was unbelievable. No technology like this had ever been done before. And as Americans, we were really scared. We thought that, oh my gosh, the Russians, the Soviets are, beaming things into our brains and watching us and listening into everything that's going on in America. We were very, very worried about it. So I'm going to play for you now the audio of what Sputnik would make when it would travel over across the world. You could actually tune in and listen to the beeps. And I'm not going to play this very long because back then people were worried that these beeping sounds were actually going to go into our brains and, control us. So, if you want to put on a little tinfoil hat before I hit play on this, you might want to. So, all right, I'm only going to play this for a few seconds. Ready? Go. Okay, that's enough. We need to stop now. Whew. That was a little scary. I know, I was scared too. Next up, I have just a little video clip for you here that is going to be all about Sputnik and just a little bit of the just Sputnik history for you, a little primary source document. So just going to start that up here.
On October the 4th, 1957, while the Americans were still finalizing their plans, Sputnik was launched.
Then, its casing opened. The springs snapped, and the nose cone was pushed out of the way. A ball with 4 antennae emerged to go it alone in the darkness of space. And a radio began to send a signal back to Earth. Humanity had entered the space age.
Okay, now that we're back after that video, so the United States has to play a little bit of catch up here. We thought we were pretty darn superior here on Earth, but it comes to outer space and America is not so superior anymore. So we launched our very first satellite, which was on January 31st, 1958, and this was known as Explorer 1. So even though we were second, ours was still a little bit better because ours waited all the way until March 30th, 1970 to finally burn up. So pretty awesome America that ours at least stayed around that long versus 3 months. So, and as also, I will play a little video here for you about the Explorer 1.
The morning of November 8, 1957, General John B. Medeiros, Commanding General of the Army Ballistic Missile Agency.
We've been assigned the mission of launching a scientific Earth satellite. I promised the Secretary of the Army that we would be ready in 90 days or less.
Meanwhile, far across the country at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, scientists and engineers were racing toward the same deadline. 90 days to put a satellite into orbit.
At the Army Ballistic Missile Agency, full-scale static motor tests were conducted.
The actual payload for the satellite contains both transmitters.
The assembled Explorer satellite appears small, yet its single motor develops as much power as 5 diesel locomotives.
At 10:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on January 31st, 1958, the attention of the American people was focused on Cape Canaveral, Florida.
Time is X minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Pressurization start. X plus 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
The United States was in the space business along with the Russians, and Explorer 1 was the beginning.
So, like I said, we thought we were superior here on Earth, but we were falling behind when it comes to the space race. So we need to start catching up. So one of the first things we start doing is pumping money into education, specifically science and mathematics. So we start off with the National Defense Education Act of 1958. We put $1 billion for college loans, scholarships, scientific equipment for public and private schools, and we big time emphasize the study of math, science, and foreign languages. Now, foreign languages, that's kind of a spying thing. All right. And then also we formulated NASA in July 29th, 1958. And NASA, still around today, stands for National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Well, the space race is still not done yet. So the first man goes into space on April 12th, 1961. He's not an American, sadly. It is Yuri Gagarin. Here's a picture of Yuri Gagarin here. All right. Now, not to be outdone, America sends their first man into outer space, and that was on May 5th, 1961. So we're pretty right behind them pretty much, and that was Alan Shepard. All right, and we will stop there for today with the video. I will pick up with another of these series of video casts very soon. So stay tuned, and hopefully we'll be able to get a whole bunch of these for the rest of the year. Have a wonderful day.